I was saying this as well, like every time we post a video and it's a little bit like too outrageous, we have to decide whether it's something that we should post or not.
You know, I sort of just took advantage of the luck I was getting, got about 50,000 subscribers on that channel, was raking in millions of views at one point. I remember XQC, if you guys don't know.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the 1% podcast. Today I'm here with the usual guests, Will, Hayden, and Roz, and today we're going to be discussing content creation, if you should become a content creator in 2023, how to become a content creator. First, we'll actually just start with Cope of the Week. We do this every single week. We basically just we show a bit of humility by admitting our wrongdoings and then coping by some sort of excuse. So mine is, the other day, so usually a bloke at work comes in on Tuesdays and he brings jam donuts, and I always take one. But he didn't bring them in this week, so I went out and bought my own. Yeah, I didn't. I was like,
it's still not good that you take his, but
to be fair, his jam donuts mogged the ones I got at Coles. Usually he only gives us one donut, but I bought a 2-pack of donuts and I had 2. Yeah. Anyway, we could be just an average group of guys talking about how to be a content creator, but we'll give out the credentials first. So there's a long story. I started off on YouTube making, Fortnite videos, and then I switched to skits. It was Crunker as well.
First.
No,
it was skits first.
Yeah,
and just challenges.
I made normal videos first, and then it was Fortnite, and then it was Crunker. I switched up a lot, but I amassed, 13,000 on YouTube.
15. You got to 15.
15. Oh yeah, I did. I got to 15, but it's gone down now because I got hacked and all my videos got deleted, which is tragic.
Also, you that Addicted to Apples video got...
Oh, I had a few with 500,000. Yeah.
Addicted to that whole
I think there was
series.
Yeah,
very well.
I think it was like 3 or 4 million channel views or some shit.
What?
Yeah, yeah. I had a few from the addicted ones, and then I switched to TikTok, where I spent a couple of months and I amassed like 140,000 on there, with millions of views. Like,
got banned.
And then I got banned because, in their own words, I was too much like Andrew Tate.
Because of the soppy little fat.
And the reason I got banned before that was for promoting diet culture and negative body image, unrealistic body stand. Like, that's legitimately the reason.
Yeah,
like, on that platform, we couldn't even run ads because it was promoting weight loss, which makes some people uncomfortable.
Yeah, like, how am I supposed to run a profitable course about fitness when you're not allowed to?
God forbid it would make people feel uncomfortable. You can't be having that.
So yeah, that was sort of my content creation journey, but most of the time it just ends on a bad note. Me either getting hacked or banned.
Yeah, you got hacked or banned.
So I'm like restarting now, doing my own, my own niche.
I've only just started recently, really just pumping out the content. What's my biggest platform? I think TikTok's actually technically the biggest because I only got like 1,500 though.
Yeah,
but I've just started, so I'm probably more just learning this episode. Roy's the superstar here.
Yes.
yeah. Started off making, oh God, where do I begin?
Mitosis?
Yeah, so
Mitosis.
the first, I've been making videos since I was like 7 years old. Started out doing like some weird little skit videos, just like how you guys were. But it was just by myself, so they were really shit, I guess you could say. But it was literally just me with my iPhone out, like recording a SpongeBob episode while playing Gangnam Style in the background and trying to like make Mr. Krabs sing Gangnam Style and shit like that. And it was literally in 2012, bro. Yeah, funny you say that. And then finished on that channel, which was just a little bit of a hobby when I was young.
How much does Giga Rules get?
I'm letting into that. So then I started making Mitosis videos, which is like, if you guys don't know, it's basically like an Agario knockoff. I like to think it's a better version of Agario, to be honest with you.
It was better than Agario.
It was really, really fun back in the day. But anyways, got about 1.5 thousand on that channel. And I was pulling in some pretty good consistent views. I'm going to say 2,000 per video or something, which is very good back in the day. Like, I don't even think I get that in my long form videos now. Yeah. And I was like, I think 12, 13 years old back then. And then sort of pretty much quit YouTube for a little bit. Then I got back into it when I was in year 9. Started making Fortnite videos on the same channel. And obviously, we all made Fortnite videos, but that didn't really last that long. And then quit YouTube again, came back, and now And then I made another channel, which was Raws, but then I renamed it to Giga Raws.
Giga Raws.
And I was making Ziz videos, and this is where my channel just absolutely skyrocketed. I think I started this, I'm going to say late 2021. And it was just like stupid little Ziz skit videos that I was uploading. And to be honest with you, the amount of views I was getting for it probably didn't deserve it. But hey, look, a lot of these things on YouTube is definitely to do with luck. And, you know, I sort of just took advantage of the luck I was getting. Got about 50,000 subscribers on that channel. Was raking in millions of views at one point. I remember XQC, if you guys don't know him, he reacted to one of my videos.
Oh, did he actually?
Yeah, he actually did, yeah, which is
I
pretty
didn't
sick.
Yeah, what was the most viewed video on that channel?
It would have been Gym Beginner Sighted, which is the one with XQC. It had about 2.7 million or something.
That's
so
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then I sort of realized at that point that obviously making little shitty Ziz skit videos was not my passion, and I couldn't really monetize that or create a channel that would last long, considering that I was not in the midst of it. It was sort of just me making videos, and no one really knew who I was, and I always wanted to market myself and brand myself. So that's essentially what I'm doing now with my Raws channel, which is, I'm kind of figuring it out, but I've just been making a lot of self-improvement videos, self-improvement guides. I'm kind of trying to make my own realm of content now, which is, I like to call it self-improvement entertainment.
It's hard not to blend in with the rest.
Yeah, right. It's very hard to be original on YouTube. So if you can even just find like a tiny way to be original on YouTube, that's probably the way to go. Because realistically, you're not going to be holistically original on YouTube because everything's been done before. But with that being said, I'm definitely going to go and head down the route of call this niche. It's going to be called uploading with whatever the fuck I want, basically. So, and yeah, that's essentially what I'm going to do. I've got about 10,000 on that channel now, almost.
10K.
I'm at 9 as
in a couple of days.
Yeah, as I'm recording this, I'm at 9.8 thousand.
Go sub down there.
It might be like tomorrow or the next day then.
I'm going to say by like in 2 days, I'll probably definitely have
2
it.
days, yeah, I don't think,
but yeah, it's crazy, man. Like 10K it's a big number. It's definitely the most aesthetic number. So yeah.
There's different, like, I remember along the journey, there was so many different things that I tried, like from the Fortnite to the Crunker. And they all, you can all make them work.
You know what I was thinking? Imagine, like, we never strayed off the original routes, like how much we scaled that. Like, for instance, like with Giga Raws, I was just thinking, like, imagine you sold merch off that Giga Raws channel.
100%.
Oh, man, tell me about it. I was talking to a guy in the gym recently, and he has, I think, like 2 million on TikTok. And I'm like, oh, so you're selling a product, right? And he's like, nah. I'm like,
yeah, I know.
You kidding me, bro?
It kills me, bro.
Like 2 million.
And when you got that many followers, you could sell almost anything. And it's gonna be like it's gonna rake in some sort of revenue.
That's what I was trying to drill into his head because he's just said, "Oh, but I don't know what to sell. I don't really know what to do." And I said the exact same thing to him. I'm like, "Bro, you make literally anything.
Yeah.
You make pink fucking tampons and people will buy it with 2 million followers."
Just like the sheer amount of leads you get from that fucking audience, like an audience that big.
Although I will say though, the quality of the following is the most important part.
100%.
Like if you got 2 million followers on TikTok that are just so broad, like it's gonna be so much. You could almost have 10K and make more sales.
Yeah, right. And I'm always gonna say 2 million on TikTok. It's probably equivalent to like 20,000 real subscribers on YouTube.
100%.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
And like
people on TikTok don't really pay attention to what they're watching.
Yeah.
They don't remember any video.
yeah, right. They're all brain dead, of course. Yeah.
There is a few exceptions. I know people that like their main thing is TikTok, but most people have way more followers on TikTok without it being their main source of traffic. And like
Look, I was speaking to a guy earlier yesterday, and I just saw he was making content in the gym. I was just curious because I always like making connections in my gym, especially when they're recording something. I find that Zerometz is very much a influencer gym, but I sort of just asked him like, "Hey, bro, what are you doing? And like, what platforms do you upload on?" He's like, "Yeah, just making like short videos for TikTok." And I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." Like, I didn't really ask how much he had because I'm not really gonna value people's worth off how much followers they got, but. And then I just said to them, like, because they were looking for advice, and I just said to them, like, hey, if you're trying to make a career out of this content creation stuff, don't rely on TikTok. What you want to do with TikTok is, it's almost like a funnel. It's the top of the funnel.
Yeah,
TikTok
it's
is
the top of the funnel thing.
Yeah, TikTok is the top of the funnel. You get all your broad audience from there, and then what you want to do is trying to redirect them to a long form sort of format, like YouTube or somewhere where they become more of like a loyal audience
Even
member.
Instagram. Because Instagram actually shows your followers your content.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'd say in terms of sustaining audience level, if you want to say in terms of social media, you go down from TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I'm not really counting any other platforms. I guess you can add in like Snapchat and stuff, but I'm not really gonna.
Facebook's a good one.
Facebook is
stuff on Facebook.
Yeah, for sure. It's more like boomer humor, I guess. Though
You can link that with
The old
Instagram and just do it automatically.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think because the long form is where the money's made. Realistically, because I was gonna just completely quit long form and only do short forms, just because it's so much easier to pump out content.
Yeah.
And the views are so much easier to get. Like you post a video and it could be almost anything, and it has a chance to get like 10,000 views, just like without any effort. You know what I mean?
Nah,
But, like, that
you're
doesn't
right, man.
translate to anything.
I 100% agree. If you're looking for results now and like right now, always short form, but it does come with a bit of time, right? So like long form content, it takes longer. It's probably not going to do as well or reach as many people as the short form content does. But I just sort of just link that analogy back to instant versus delayed gratification. So instant obviously being short form content, it gets shoved out to as many people as possible. Like I mentioned before, with short form content, your audience members are not going to be around you the longest time, because obviously that audience is a lot more not willing to come back and watch your content because it's a short form content format. But in terms of long form, like, yes, less viewers, but those viewers are going to be much more loyal to your audience. And
It could be also not because the people who watch short form are more brain dead and they don't pay attention. It also could be long form, they're seeing more of your personality, and therefore most of the time when people get attached to a content creator, they like their personality because they kind of relate.
Yeah, sure.
But in short form, you don't see most of their personality because it's so quick and there's just blast and too much, and they don't see it, so they don't get an attachment to you.
Yeah, that's spot on. So yeah, like I make both. I make short form and long form content, and you'll notice just what you said, right? How in my short form content, this is sort of how I am. Self-improvement tip 12 out of 100.
Yeah, exactly. You seem like a robot.
Exactly right. You're like a robot, and no one really knows who I am. I sort of come off as this guy who's reading off a script, you know what I mean? But whereas in my long form content, I'm making a video. It's some stupid thing like Jack's guy plays FNAF in 2023. Like it's some stupid video, right?
Just being yourself.
But it's being myself. It shows off my personality, and people watching that, if they're inclined to like my personality, they're going to come back for more. And they're not going to watch the video because of what I'm doing or what I'm saying. They're going to watch the video because I actually enjoy my personality. And that's what I've found the most with the people I do tend to watch on YouTube. Like I don't watch YouTube like in the middle of the day. I'm usually just creating stuff. But say for example, I'm about to head to bed and I just want to like watch a video. It's always going to be a YouTuber that I enjoy their personality for. And personality, if you can market yourself, you're set for life.
Right, literally.
If you're like, say a Markiplier, a Jacksepticeye, a PewDiePie, a Mr. Beast or whatever. Well, not Mr. Beast maybe because his content is insane. But if you're one of the predecessors, you are going to absolutely take over the world because you don't really have to think about, what if the audience is going to like this or that. Doesn't matter. They're just going to like you. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, if you have a good personality that other people like, it doesn't really matter what you upload. Of course, like what you upload, you can make a good thumbnail and title and it'll get out to more people. But if you have a good personality, you could literally make a video of you sitting down talking shit, and your followers would love
Think of
it.
Sam Sulek. He's blown up recently. He just posts long forms on his iPhone.
Yeah.
Just in the gym, like
Doing what everyone does.
literally just doing what everyone does, but just filming it at the same time.
Yeah.
And obviously it helps that he's like hyper jacked at the same time. That's like the comedic aspect to it, really.
And it's like just really steroid jacked, and the shit he says is just funny. Like, stop! You're making her uncomfortable.
The thing is, like, especially with short form, you have to have almost an exaggerated version of your own personality if you want to get anywhere.
Right.
Because you have to put in so much, like, you have to fit in your entire personality into like a fucking 30-second short or whatever.
Yeah.
You've got to give them your mission. You've got to give them so much content in just 30 seconds. Like the people have so much misconceptions in the comment section
And you
with
don't
short
give them
form.
time to build trust. Like trust
That
is
too,
the biggest
yeah.
thing, especially if they're buying a product.
Yeah, especially, like you can't put in every bit of information in, so you might miss something, and you're coming off as an idiot or you, like I don't know.
Yeah, and you know yourself based on what you received, like in terms of feedback in real life, having some guy take a photo of you and send it to you. Like what you just said, you have to condense your entire personality and create this almost hyper masculine figure and just come off as like Uber, like, oh yeah, do this,
She's
do
very
that.
polarizing.
Very polarizing figure, of course. And yeah, it can definitely create like a negative mindset. Like if you go on TikTok and like the TikTok fan base, man, oh my god,
Fuck, bro.
like the comments on TikTok, it's the most negative like shit.
so toxic.
You can be the most wholesome guy, you can donate to charity, you can be Mr. Beast or whatever. There will still be some guy who says, oh, he's only just donating to charity because he wants to be seen as like some nice guy.
Yeah, they still donating to
They
charity,
just look for
isn't
the
he?
yeah.
exactly.
They just look for the negativity in everything, man.
anything they can
And yeah, like I've noticed as well. I think I've mentioned this in the past. Is that I've had like I think 5 people now come up to me in the gym, and they've all been like positive, and they've all been like from TikTok. Like, yeah, I saw your videos. I fuck with your mentality, bro. Like blah blah blah. And then I look through the comments on my TikToks.
Where is
None
it?
of that. Yeah.
90% is negative.
Yeah, it's because most of the time people who appreciate content don't comment, they just like it.
Yeah.
And the people who don't appreciate the content and write hate comments, they're not going to come up to you.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah,
Because
for
they're
sure.
soppy little
Because if you look through the comments on long form videos as well, they're mostly positive. Like most
A lot more intelligent people go
Yeah.
watch long form
Yeah, they're like
videos.
structured comments with like
Yeah.
commas. And
It's
full
just it's
stops.
super demotivating when like algorithms are just pushing all this short form content, so they don't show your long form content anymore. No one has the attention span to watch it anymore.
Yeah.
So you just got to adapt or die. Like
Well, I've noticed the new meta is people who make long form content, and then other people fuck with it so hard that they make short forms out of it.
that's yeah.
That's what gets people going. That's what happened to Sam Sulek, Andrew Tate. There's all the big guys, Sneaker, whatever you name it. You can
Yeah.
just keep listing them off.
That's
They just
essentially
they don't make their own short forms. They make long forms, and then other people
Yeah.
fuck with it so hard that they clip it up.
that's essentially the idea with this podcast was
Yeah.
okay, we can fit in a long form, but then we can also get like so many short forms out of it.
And there was leads in
That's
a way.
yeah, that's right.
These podcasts,
Yeah.
and he has heaps of people making clips. Of,
Have you
like-
seen the views on the actual podcast versus the clips?
No, I haven't.
The clips get like 4 times the amount of views that the full
what's his
podcast get.
podcast actual views? I've never looked.
They're insane. Well, they're the highest in the world. He's got the biggest
Yeah, but
podcast.
what
in the
is
world.
it? Like-
I have no idea. But these clips get so
But
much
his
more.
clips are a lot more.
Yeah, 100%. That's true.
I can still guarantee that the short clips collaboratively everywhere would just shit on the views. Because like think about it, they're just scrolling past it. Like, oh yeah, cool, scroll past.
Yeah.
Like that counts as a view. But also people just like building their own brands and then selling their own sort of product based off it. And they just post other people's content.
Yeah.
Like some guy that makes a product about, I don't know, mentality might post David Goggins clips or like Jocko Willenick clips or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But they just post their clips and then just sell their own little, I don't know, maybe posters or they drop ship certain things.
I've seen a lot of people for like supplement ads. They get Andrew Huberman's podcast clips and use it for their ad.
I
That's what I've seen.
saw a Joe Rogan clip being used as an ad for like the jaws the size of things.
He goes, I got one on my desk. I go like,
It's not actually the product that they were talking about either,
No, no,
which was
no,
kind of
it's not.
fucking sad.
Yeah, they got one of Andrew Huberman doing the same thing, but
Is that
he
even
actually-
legal?
He actually said the actual product, the jaws the size of one.
Yeah.
And that they used that. Like I saw it everywhere because
Yeah.
it made me buy one.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, we'll start getting into the questions. Like, should someone start content creation 2023? Do you think it was better to start earlier or?
I definitely would have been better to start earlier, the better. But I think it's still a good thing to do, like no matter what, because at the end of the day, it's just a tool, and it's just gonna build like traffic. Like especially if you're trying to make a living off of it, it's just a tool that you're not utilizing. Like
Exactly.
for instance, Alex Hormozy, he's not a content creator by heart; he's a businessman by heart. But he started the content creation and just spamming short clips, long form content,
Yeah.
just posting everywhere. He only started to build more leads for his business,
100%.
just because it's so powerful.
Some people, if they just put their personality online, like they could really just get a lot of people that resonate with what they're saying and stuff. I know 100%. If some people just put themselves out there and got used to talking to a camera, there'd be people that resonate with what they say.
Exactly, and it's almost like, yeah, it's so OP because it's like because you don't need to invest any money into it really, apart from no, you can film with your iPhone. You actually don't need to invest any money into it, and you're building leads for free,
100%.
and you're getting viewership for free. You're building a personal brand.
And there's
for free.
always a product to sell off the back of that. Like whether you don't like the idea of that and that seems sort of scammy. Like for instance, when I was making those Crunker videos, I didn't have it in my brain, but I could have made so much money. My videos were getting like 20k, 30k a video. I could have just sold like a sniper scope pack. You know, you could download those scopes. I could have just made one for like $5, like a pack of those. I would have made Ash K off of that. I would have made so much money.
Yeah.
For
See,
instance,
that's the thing. Yeah.
if you make self-improvement content, you can sell self-improvement supplements. If you make Fortnite content, sell, I don't know, don't even know we could sell a Fortnite.
That's a
How do I become a Fortnite pro?
No, I've seen courses on Fortnite.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Fortnite courses.
That's
yeah,
pretty
no,
bad.
that's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty horrible from what I
Didn't
told you.
people sell like accounts? Like Fortnite accounts.
Oh yeah,
that
or
have the
Fortnite
rare skins
accounts.
or something?
But there's a thing you can sell for every single niche you do.
Yeah, if there's any Fortnite nerds here, I literally still have an aerial assault trooper account.
Oh, bro, he's gonna
Still.
try to sell his account.
Still, so yeah. If anyone watches this, plays Fortnite, hey, hit me up.
Didn't they release that skin though?
No, they didn't. No.
Wait, is that the one with the hat?
No.
Yeah, it's
no,
like
that's still not out.
yeah, I know. It's the
Still
black
red.
guy
I
with.
think that's the only one.
It's the black guy with the helmet and like the. What are we talking about?
This is a good opportunity. You could probably make a bag off that.
No, literally.
How much do they sell for these days?
I have no clue, but I definitely like the longer I hold it, the more worth it it's
I
gonna
don't know.
be.
What if Fortnite dies? One gives a fuck.
I've got
It
a,
ever will die. It's like Minecraft.
Yeah, true. Actually,
I've got an interesting question for you guys. Do you think everyone's cut out for content creation?
no. There's
thinking that.
there's some people that aren't geared towards it 100%. But it doesn't mean you can't like become good at it.
Yeah.
I'd say if you I'd say if you possess like these key traits, so assertiveness, creativity, motivation, and you're passionate. I think those are the 4 traits you need to possess to do
Oh,
content
can I mention
creation.
just persistence? Because so many
Yeah, of
people will
course.
start and then quit within a week.
Yeah, for sure. And
That's the biggest thing.
you've got to have hope as well, because a lot of this stuff, like obviously you don't want to let everything down to hope, because like if you leave everything up to hope, then you won't get anything done, right? You're going to be hoping that one day that you'll become this ultra rich Mr. Beast millionaire, whatever. But there is an element of that, because once you make a video, once it's out into the ether, you can't do anything about it. It's up to the algorithm to sway that to your best of luck,
And then they're just making good content. They're like,
Yeah.
you're gonna get better at it over
Yeah.
time.
It can definitely crush your ego at the start as well,
Oh, that
which could
happens to
potentially be a
everyone.
good thing. I remember when I first made videos, people would just give me so much shit. And they even in the comments would just point out every flaw. And if you're not used to that, like we're all pretty used to that. Like we just laugh at the
sure.
haters now. It
Yeah.
doesn't fucking matter. Like I've heard,
yeah, that would
it's like what you think I
destroy-
haven't heard it all? These guys like, well, you think I haven't fucking heard it
I
before?
know, bro,
Retards,
it
man.
would destroy most people. that-
Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. You've got to have thick skin, because if they point out something that's like you're insecure about, it can ruin you, man.
Yeah, and also like you can do anything and someone will find something negative.
100%,
You're always
man.
gonna be doing something wrong.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Because when you put an opinion out there, it's never gonna be 100% of people.
That
agree.
can really train you though, like especially when you go deeper into it. It can really train you for just not giving a fuck in general, and just having more assertiveness. You know what you were
for
saying?
sure. And it's going to train you to not really, because there is some like animalistic part to our brains where we're scared to get banished from the tribe, if you want to go back to the caveman era. And it sort of is in a way formulated in terms of online format. So if you look at comments online and you see how this guy's a dickhead because of XYZ, it almost feels like he's in there with you in person in a way. And you have to almost train your brain, see all these comments like a bunch and a bunch and a bunch, to realize that they can't affect you and it's just words on a screen. And the quicker you realize that, the quicker you'll stop giving a fuck and be your true self.
And also, like, just thinking about the fact that all those haters will never say it to you in real life.
100%. And that's just the consequence of putting yourself out there. So,
No one talks about this. I just want to say this as well. This is like a common thing we always say, but I feel like if you want to do content creation, you do have to have like a droplet of autism.
Oh,
Or in business
bro.
or anything, bro, you got to have a bit of
The most
autism.
autistic room you'll ever go.
Oh, bro, like you've got to like, there's got to be something a little bit different in your brain to rock up every single day and just do this shit regardless of what anyone else says or regardless of the life path that you're supposed to go down. You've got to have like some sort of autistic trait or something.
yeah, for sure.
You know, we it's like a common joke around here. It's like,
Yeah, I know.
it's like, no, you're just autistic.
It's
you
like,
know?
fuck, that's autistic.
Which like,
Yeah, because like especially if you want to be a self-improvement YouTuber in a certain niche, you have to autistically study that niche to find out like the best formulation of what you're doing. Like, bro, I just uploaded a self-improvement tip talking about dosing potassium chloride and then drink like the most sour shit you ever taste, and I drink this shit every day just to de-bloat my face with a podcast. Who is doing that? Who is doing that?
That's what they use in lethal injections.
Literally, like, it's beyond what you guys think. I guarantee you, any famous influencer you talk about, like, I'm gonna say you know, like for example, David Lade or like fucking Mark Blow, whoever it is, right? They have some level of autism there
Yes.
that they're not telling you because they're trying to come off as enigmatic and mysterious or whatever. But I guarantee you, behind the scenes, they're doing weird shit, like just like how I do. Except I'm willing to put it out there and tell people about that stuff.
So most content creators are really fucking weird, even
Yeah.
not being on a camera. Like everyone who says they've seen not on a camera, think, oh, you're a weirdo.
Yeah, you have to be a little bit weird, especially like when you're diving into such a specific niche and you're making videos every day about that one niche. You drive yourself a little bit insane, don't you?
do.
Yeah.
Like it's like you're just talking about the same thing almost.
Exactly,
every
and
day.
like we all know that autistic people have very high amounts of like obsessiveness over a certain subject. And who knows? I probably am autistic as well. Who fucking knows?
You're
man?
autistic as
Like-
fuck, bro. You're so.
But like, thanks, bro. No, it literally is. Like, if you have like the right amount of autism, you can like, get anything, man.
It's that special like safe zone, eh?
Yeah, you don't want to be too autistic. You want to have a bit of like.
I think I've only got like half Asperger's. That's alright.
That's the right. That's the right amount. Too
Let's
much,
say-
you'd be a bit of a veggie.
About
Too less,
30%.
You guys should actually probably get an autism test.
No, I did. I was through the.
No, I'm saying to the audience, like if you've got a bit of autism,
yeah.
funnel that towards, you know,
Yeah, straight up.
making a bag, because all these content creators you see, bro, even the ones like the cool people that go to the gym or do make the gym videos or make whatever videos, like they're all autistic, man.
But look at
Like-
speed.
Yes, but you know,
Oh.
but like you have to have some level of. There's got to be something a little bit, you know, twisted in your brain to like get so obsessed with one fucking thing.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
like, have you heard Mr. Beast talk about his content creation?
Mr. Beast, he's autistic as
Oh,
fuck.
Fucking
bro,
hyper
he's probably the most autistic guy I've ever seen, bro. Anyways,
Raws out of context.
yeah, literally. You know, wait, when it comes to like most people's life goals, though, I just think about this in a way. Like, notice how we're all embracing our autism right now. Who knows? We probably don't even have autism. We're just using it as
No,
like
but I
a
did an
buzzword,
autism
right?
test. It was through the.
Right, maybe you just have
Oh,
autism.
no,
but-
I did one as well, and mine
Yeah.
was like pretty much the same. Just there was a few
Oh, really?
things that are a bit
Oh,
off,
damn.
yeah.
Yeah, I think the
Nelson's
only,
is nothing.
I think the
Nelson's
only
is
traits I,
wasn't much, yeah.
I think the only traits I possessed on like the autism scale, if you want to call it that, was like obsessiveness. Like I obsess over stuff. Yeah, do I do this a lot?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's autistic.
It is.
That's what I'm saying. That's autism.
This is
This is all
autistic.
you're doing. All the
Fuck,
time.
I'm so
That's
autistic.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like I'm autistic.
It's
like, yeah,
over,
we
bro.
know.
It's over.
We know, bro.
It's over.
I don't know if I am autistic.
Oh, it's kind of funny. I'm just thinking about that in a way. I was talking to a girl yesterday, and this cunt started recording me talking to her, and I didn't realize because I was doing this in her face, and I had no clue, bro. Hey, look, I'm just passionate, boys.
No, but autism's also good because it builds a character for other people to connect with. Like, if you're just this is what I always said, you're such a character, which is
Yeah.
great for YouTube and
Yeah,
stuff.
right,
You know what I mean? It's sort of like
personal branding, bro.
Personal
Yeah, for
brand.
sure. And like when I think about autism in a way as well.
Autism is personal brand.
Yeah.
I always been talking about autism, but that's become the most autistic.
I know.
on the fucking planet.
So yeah, a lot of autistic people, they find it hard to actually open up though. Like they find it like they're very reserved and they're not like, they can't like hold eye contact, things
You've
like
got to
that.
find an
You know what I
autistic
mean?
brotherhood.
Yeah, for sure. You gotta find like, I don't know, because like yeah, to be honest with you, like unironically, a lot of people who I have encountered who do have autism, and this is why I didn't realize you did have like Asperger's, is because when you first encounter them in real life, they're very reserved, and maybe that's due to them like being diagnosed with autism, and they think, oh, maybe I'm weird to other people, or I'm gonna be seen as this or that. But I think you're a very good example of you know someone who has autism that doesn't literally means nothing. Because
It's almost an advantage. Like you just see
Yeah.
my NAPLAN results. I was like 2 years ahead every
Yeah,
year, and I
exactly.
did no research. I didn't even know how
Yeah.
I had that knowledge. It's just like the autism like planted it in my brain. You know what I mean?
You got to be careful with limiting diagnoses because like you can definitely let that set.
I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
We're tossing around pretty casually. Like
Yeah.
autistic.
No,
this,
no. I
autistic
mean,
that.
sorry. Let me rephrase
Probably
that.
don't have
You got to be.
autism,
You got to be
just-
careful with people diagnosing you with certain things because then you attach that to your own identity and then believe it internally. You know what I'm saying?
It's only good that we've got like a positive sort of attachment
Yeah.
to autism.
Yeah,
But doesn't-
exactly.
I'm not saying like
Yeah.
autism, we're fucked.
But doesn't everyone have autism? It's just people are higher on the
Yeah,
scale.
well, it's on a spectrum. Like most people
Yeah.
would be like 0.5%.
Yeah,
I
and
might
some
be like
people are-
25%. But that's like high functioning autism. Like there's definitely people that needed like those yellow sheets in primary school. That's like low
Wait, for
functioning
what? For
autism.
reading?
Yeah.
Oh, I had those.
Yeah, I can tell.
But, yeah.
No, I thought it was always the kids who like eat the paper and shit in primary school. It's like that's like low fully functioning. Yeah, like eating the pencils and shit. Like that's like
I did that.
Yeah, we know.
My pencils were always chewed at the end because I was like sitting like. If you go on clips on the podcast, you'll see me in the corner going like.
That's autism.
That's autism. Just watch.
No, but you know, it's like there's some that like we're just tossing it around pretty casually, but it's like this is like 20%. Like there are people that are very autistic that need help and like
for
support
sure.
and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, if you got like that 10% on the spectrum, it can generally be an advantage, especially with the
for
personal.
sure.
Yeah, that's our niche, autism that are doing self-improvement.
There we go. It's a niche.
Exactly.
We've created
Autistic
our own
Brotherhood
niche.
unite. Anyways, yeah. So in grade prep, I'm convinced, and this is Raw's out of context. I am convinced I'm the main character. Now this is the reason. This is the reason why, right? Now the reason why I've analysed this is because, with my special autism powers, I've realised that in grade prep, so I was literally an antithesis to the Matrix agents, and I'll tell you why. So I was outside my classroom. I was sitting in the basketball court. This is literally the second day of school, and I refused to enter the classroom. I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. I've already done school. I ain't doing that again. All right? That's what I said. And I had to get the school principal to come up to me and console me. I'm like, Rory, it's time to go. And I'm like, nah, I'm not going in. I'm not doing it. I was literally, that's how little I wanted to go to school from literally day one.
I've always said this is Roy's world. We're just living in it.
Exactly.
Anyway, we'll get away from autism. This isn't an episode about autism, maybe for another time. But let's actually talk about if someone wants to start making content, he doesn't know what to do or how to start, where to start. What advice would you guys give him?
I'd say just start uploading no matter what. Upload anything. Because
But
I
find a
myself,
niche.
I'm definitely a perfectionist when it comes to uploading content. And it can definitely be a detriment at times because I can suffer from analysis paralysis, which essentially just means that you analyze your content to such an extreme level that you end up not even doing anything anyways. So just upload whatever you can. And then what I've noticed in my journey on content creation is that every single video I've uploaded has gotten better on some level, especially if I'm actively trying to make it better. So yeah, just focus on making every single video better. Your personality, your editing, whatever it may be. Like I've just noticed like today, Will, with your video, fucking amazing. Like how fluent on camera you were, constantly just, you know, like the first video you had, you were stuttering a lot, you were very robotic. Okay, guys. But now it's like, okay, guys. So like that type of stuff.
Yeah, well,
I know.
'cause it comes with time. Like people think they're going to be good at the start. So
Exactly
you get
right.
excited, like
Yeah, for sure. Even you, Hayden, with the podcast, like at the start, you was like,
yes, is it like asleep on the podcast?
and
the
now,
first
and
episodes, yeah.
and like in the past couple of episodes, you've been like very like into it, and you were saying a lot of great stuff. So
I just had more caffeine.
true.
But no,
Back
I
from the
reckon the
surf.
first thing is find what to record because we're listening to Hams's videos and when he has his fans call up and they say, I want to start a YouTube video, but they always say they want to make content but they don't know what to film. It's like, we'll find something that you
Yeah.
like and just put all the information that you know or even just show your progress of what you're doing in that one thing that you're doing.
Stare
That's
at a
the
wall.
Yeah, that's the
Quite-
first thing because it's like if you can make your videos better, it's like, but what about?
Yeah,
You
like,
gotta find what to make.
my general advice would be if you're trying to find your niche, find your tactical advantage, find your unfair advantage that you have on most
Yeah.
people. Like most people are better at a certain thing than most people. So if you can find something that you're better at than most people, you may as well just drill down into that niche.
Out of curiosity, because I haven't really done much self-analysis lately, if you were me in my position and you're trying to become bigger on YouTube or sell more Bible of Aesthetics programs, and I have an unfair advantage, what would that unfair advantage be, do you think?
Your
Just
transformation.
your transformation and your like uncanny knowledge on like looks maxing.
Yeah, right.
And like and obviously the transformation, like that's like David Lade level transformation. There's not many people that have done that.
Okay guys, quick intermission. I hope you're all enjoying the podcast so far. As a lot of you will know, we are not sponsored by anyone. Anything shown or promoted on this podcast was either made or owned by us. So if you are enjoying the podcast, what you can do to support us is hit that subscribe button and click on notifications if you're on YouTube. And if you're on Spotify, you can favorite this podcast so you don't miss out every single time we upload. A new episode is put out Friday, 6 p.m. every week. We talk everything self-improvement from gym, mindset, money, and we try and make every week as exciting as the last one. With that being said, all of the other links to our self-improvement clothing, our socials, and all other projects, it's all down below, so go check that out. But without further ado, here's the rest of the podcast. Thanks for watching. Also wanted to say, like, you also have to figure out when you're starting this content creator thing. It's a big thing. It's like a big commitment you want to make, because if you want to get anywhere, you do have to have, you know, a massive focus on it. Like, it has to be your life, to be honest. So you have to figure out whether, like, you actually want to make videos, or some guy's just telling you to make videos, and you're just like, yeah, I should. But like I think you'll feel it in you if you really want it.
If you really want to make content, you'll know. And you'll be like almost itching to make videos about certain things.
Also, that's not to say that you probably won't feel like that at the start. You'll have to make a few videos to get in the rhythm of it. But maybe you'll get some feedback. You'll be like, damn, I feel G'd up. I want to make some more videos, and I want to do this. Like, it's the inner creative in you.
Well, you really have to trust your own gut and just go off your instincts when you're first starting out, because you're not going to be getting any feedback. You get like 1 or 2 views in your first video, and it feels like shit. That's why most people quit like at the start.
Yeah, for sure. I think you just need to focus on creating content you're passionate about, for sure. Like, you can make anything, like, you can make videos in pretty much anything. But if you make that a job, or you make it like a logical decision on what the content you're making is, you're not going to enjoy making it. And it's hard to explain because, yes, logic is more tied to being masculine, and masculine means being more disciplined in the content you're making and just making things a lot. But if you want to make good content, sometimes you have to be a little less logical and just make things you're passionate about. Because I've noticed a lot of times when I really enjoy a video I've made, I'm like, this is going to be really cool, or, you know, just something like that. I'm going to be way more motivated to finish that video. And I guess, like, motivation doesn't die out, blah, blah, blah. But it definitely matters when you're being creative. Being creative is such a different level of mindset. Like, I can go to the gym and be disciplined all I fucking want. But when it comes to something I'm creating, it's a different ballgame.
Well, if you're not enjoying creating content, you may as well head to a 9 to 5, because you don't enjoy it either way.
Exactly.
So you have to enjoy what you're making. Otherwise, obviously, you're not going to stick to it.
Like, there are some content, like, people make content that are like just disciplined to do it, and they don't really have that much passion about it. But you know, they then refer to that as a job. So if you want it to be your job, great. If you want it to be what you love doing,
and you hear it all the time from YouTubers and stuff that are just stuck in the same niche over and over and over, and they say it feels like a job. It's like, is that worth it then? You may as well switch
although I will say it's hard though, because if you do go off of that, you can potentially it's like restarting. You can potentially ruin all the progress because your ego is too big and you feel like you need to do something else.
Well, it's like for instance, if you kept with the Fortnite content, you could probably be like a massive Fortnite creator. But you'd be hating it, wouldn't you?
Well, exactly. Or the Crunker content. I could still be making Crunker content and dominating the space like I was. Like, I was the biggest Crunker content creator at the time.
Second biggest.
Sorry. Really there was this. I forgot what his name was.
I know, there was another really big guy. I think you were the second biggest in the whole space.
But I was growing rapidly, but then I was like, I don't really feel like playing Crunker anymore. I don't really feel like making videos about Crunker anymore. I won't do it.
I know we mentioned this so many times. I just find it insane how, like, aligned our journeys are. Like, it's insane. Like, Mitosis, Crunker, Fortnite.
Because you would have been almost the leading content creator in Mitosis, eh?
Yeah. I pretty much, well, in Australia I was, for sure. I think there was only one other guy that was bigger than me, so
so his Mitosis was our Crunker.
Yeah.
And you were like really insane at the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the same as me.
I had like
cracked.
Not to brag or anything, but I had my own like guild, if you want to call it. It was like a clan or whatever. And we were like first in Australia, like 10th in the world at one point.
Yeah, me and Will were in the Pro Crunker clan.
We were in the Pro Crunker team, and then we all were doing Fortnite for a bit.
Yeah.
And then we all just started self-improvement subconsciously. Like, I didn't even know you were doing it.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Interlinked autism.
Interlinked
autism, 100%.
I just find it crazy because like we all had this like guilds or clans or whatever, and we tried to become the best in Australia, and that was our big goal. Why don't we just try and become the best self-improvement podcast in Australia?
That's what we're doing.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
It's just a lot bigger of a niche to fill. You know, it's a lot.
You know when they say like the title of like the you know when they say the title of the movie in the movie. It was kind of like that kind of moment.
If you build up the skill of video creation as well, if you get really good at editing, you get really good at making content, you build up a fan base, you can dominate spaces like that as well. Yeah, like, for instance, whether it's Crunker or Mitosis, you can fucking dominate spaces if you're...
It's a skill, definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's a massively beneficial skill, video editing and just content creation in general, because then you can create content for anything.
Bro, in 2023, content is king and everyone's capitalizing on it.
It's an attention economy.
Exactly.
So if you can produce content that captures people's attention, you can make money anywhere. You can gather followings like in any space.
Because if you can build up a loyal following, like, you can sell anything you want. And that's what companies are starting to do. Even like companies you would never think would make content are now starting to like put out YouTube videos and all sorts of stuff.
Well, you notice this. I noticed especially with like gym clothing and in the gym space, the companies themselves aren't that big, but they've just attached themselves to these big influencers.
100%.
So the influencers are almost the product in themselves. They're the traffic creation.
The biggest thing you can look at is just Danny Duncan, right? He can make a shirt about anything, like virginity rocks, I love hot mums, whatever.
And it's not-
$150 million.
And it's not the I Love Hot Mum shirt. It's Danny Duncan.
It's Danny Duncan.
Yeah.
The brand is Danny Duncan, and if you can make a strong personal brand these days, you're fucking set.
We've made $150 million off clothes.
$150 million off clothes
That's
that
just
say,
because-
ridiculous things on them.
And that's because his audience is so loyal, and that's the power of having a loyal audience.
You could even see he's fucking smart, right? Maybe even autistic. And he's got this brand map where it's basically his franchise is Danny Duncan, so his product is himself.
Right.
So he's got Danny Duncan in the middle, and then it strays away to Danny's cream pies, Danny's bowling,
That's actually
Danny's
a shop.
Danny's cream pies, yeah.
He sells. Oh,
But like all the different stuff, Virginity Rocks, and then he owns like a high school, and then he owns like a basketball stadium or whatever.
no, it's a golf,
mini golf thing. But it's like the brand is Danny Duncan.
Yeah.
So that's like the massive reason to make content is because if you can really learn how to build an audience, and I got super good at this on TikTok. I learned how to build an audience on TikTok, and it
then
was
they just banned
polarized.
you.
And then they just banned me, but whatever. So the method was polarize, say true shit that was outrageous. That was pretty much the blueprint. It was like say completely outrageous stuff that's not too over the top, but that people are just like,
yeah, that's
no
the
one
thing.
know saying this, but I agree.
Yeah, if you just say what everyone else is saying and you be super safe with everything you say, it's people just gonna fall asleep.
It's
on
a
your
snooze
videos.
fest, bro.
Yeah, like I know a few creators that like have been doing it for ages. They've been persistent with it. They've been grinding it out. They've been putting out the content, and the views just stagnate. Like they're not going up or anything. No one's paying attention
Yeah.
because it's a snooze fest. It's
So-
just like
yeah.
saying the same shit as everyone
It's like,
else.
but those people are probably thinking like, oh, I don't want to be that guy that's saying the ridiculous. I don't want to be, you know.
Yeah.
But like honestly, if you do want to get like a massive audience quickly, like it's a good way to do it. Like you yourself right now, anyone watching this could grab their iPhone, say some outrageous shit, post it, bro. You get a million fucking comments, probably agreeing with you or disagreeing with you, maybe 50-50, doesn't
Well, that's
matter.
why everyone's talking about Andrew Tate, just because
Yeah,
how
that's the only
outrageous he is.
reason. That
And maybe
was
don't
his
take it to that
strategy.
level, but-
That was his strategy. Was all he would do was say this ridiculous shit, and then he'd say a bunch of generic true things, and then people would be like, "Whoa, he's saying all this, but I agree with this part. I love Andrew Tate."
Or
you know,
like go on the Danny Duncan way, or just do outrageous shit.
yeah, or Danny
Like,
Duncan. He's
Danny
just
Duncan,
super
like,
entertaining. Yeah,
entertaining. Like Danny Duncan says stupid shit, but it's not like outrageous. But the stuff he does is outrageous.
You
and
really-
stupid.
Catches people's attention.
yeah. When you
Yeah.
make your content, you really have to look at it once you're done with it and be like, "Fuck." That's
Yeah.
you'll know. Like
Yeah.
when I made those TikTok videos, I knew they would go viral.
If you can't sit through your own video multiple times over, then it's not a good video. It's not
Yeah,
good
and that's what I'm trying to find right now when I'm doing self-improvement videos. That's what I'm really trying to find right now is you can feel it. I don't know if you
Yeah.
do this as well. When you watch it, you just know.
Yeah.
Because you can put yourself through the consumer
it.
lens.
You get it. Oh, shit.
All right, boys, the mics are fucked. We'll have to wrap it up there. Look at it. It's like a saggy
go?
dick. I was saying this as well. Like every time we post a video and it's a little bit like too outrageous, we have to decide whether it's something that we should post or not.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if that's like something that we should consider, or should we just post everything that we make because like it
I don't
is
know.
what it is.
Some things that I say I don't think are controversial, and then I just get fucking raped in the comments.
Hmm.
Like what did I posted last night, and I woke up with just a bunch of comments. It was like, burnout isn't real if you're tired. Blah blah blah. Yeah, burnout doesn't exist. You're a pussy, pretty much. And I just got fucking flamed in the comments. People were like, yeah, but you wouldn't understand because you don't have a full-time job. I'm like, yeah, I do have a full-time job. Or they'd just say some shit like, I don't know, but they'd just like be super defensive about it.
It's called being based.
Exactly. So, but like, since that was an outrageous comment, that got like a decent amount of views and got lots of comments and engagement. So,
I mean, you're probably not even wrong.
oh, I don't know. It just depends. I mean, these people are super defensive about it and stuff. But like, if they're working really hard, then obviously the video's not targeted towards them. They've got to have a bit of critical thinking and realize that it's not targeted towards them. It's targeted towards lazy people.
The video I made a while ago, I had that feeling in my ball sack as well that it was going to go a vibration sort of thing in my balls where I was like, this video is going to go viral. It was the one I made about if your girl has other guys on a Snapchat that she's talking to. I said, that's a little bit off, bro. She probably like either doesn't love you or she's doing something wrong.
See, but like,
or you're doing
but like
something
that's
wrong.
just common sense.
That's common sense. Like if you, I don't know, I think a lot of people are uneducated about like real relationship dynamics and what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
It's like if your girl's sitting on the side talking to other guys, like there's something wrong with you, bro. That's not good. That's not cool.
No,
That's not loyal. That's
I think it's because they either have they usually will just have a girlfriend that they've scraped up, like just been begging to get, and they're like struggling to keep on to her.
Yeah.
And so like they have to allow.
but then
that.
but I'm just this cockhead sitting out here saying,
I think it also could be because when the girls are single, they're used to having attention from more than
Yeah.
one guy, and then when they get one guy, it's still not enough attention because they
yeah, 100%.
and so they're like they just don't feel like they're getting enough.
A lot
attention.
of guys, they just don't want to set the boundaries from the start. And this is something I did, like in my relationships. I set the boundary from the start. You say, I'm not comfortable with this. Like, I'm not insecure. I just know. So a lot of the comments was like the girls saying insecure. I'm like, go ask any guy who has a girl talking to other guys. Go ask him how fucking secure he feels. Ask him, bro.
Also, with like the chicks will just like take any opportunity. If they're even if they're dating like Drake, they'll be dating Drake, and if they've still got other guys entertaining them, they'll go there.
Anyway, I don't even want to talk about that video. I've already made the video. But what I was going to say is I felt that... Hey?
Was that TikTok or
That was Instagram.
Okay.
And I knew it was going to do good, and it did.
Yeah.
I got 50K or something.
It's outrageous to soy boys.
But all the guys were agreeing with me. They're like, based, who is this guy?
Oh,
This is
yeah,
like true.
obviously. The guys were saying base, like, this is so true. Well, like, you look at their profile picture, it's just like some
just
old,
guns
like,
and, like-
masculine, like, bearded guy. It's like, they know what's up.
A lot of people say content creation these days is oversaturated, and a lot of people say don't even worry about it because everyone's doing it. Do you think that is a factor?
No, I don't think so, because I think the good ones will always shine through anyway. And it's supply and demand, and the demand is only getting higher, and the supply is just keeping up with the demand. So it's always the same ratio.
100%.
But it's always going to be the good ones that shine through. Like if you're a shit content creator, of course you're not going to get views either way.
doing something similar to someone else is already doing it, there are new people coming in and they might discover you first. And also, if you make it like just make it different. Like if you want to do something
100%.
like someone else is doing, just make it different and it will stand out because
Oh yeah. Like find your own lane. Like if you're in an oversaturated niche, obviously then it's going to be oversaturated.
100%.
But if you find a niche that is like, people say yes, YouTube is saturated, but YouTube is divided. Like if you look at some people's homepages, it's not even the same thing as other people's homepages because they're into a different niche.
Yeah, this is the reason like you got so big on Mitosis, this reason I got so big on Krunker, or like even when I was making Fortnite skin changer videos, they were getting tens of thousands of views. The reason for that is because like there's not many people doing it.
Such a small
Especially
niche.
because you're so good at making videos that it's like, we're just gonna watch this guy because he's the best at it.
Exactly. Like if you're making a massive one would be, for instance, fitness content, like so saturated, like it's massive community. So obviously it's going to be hard to reach the top. But let's say you make an entire channel and you dedicate your life towards like slingshots, right?
Yeah.
Think about how easy it would
I
be
used
to
to
get.
watch that shit.
There you go. So it is a niche. I didn't even think that existed. But imagine you got to the top of that. Like it'd be a lot easier.
But you can also create.
Shot community is pretty big, by the way.
It's not as big as the gym community.
You can also.
No, it's not, but it's big. It's bigger.
All right. Well, let's say you're into fucking, I don't even know, like plasterboard. You dedicate your life towards hanging plasterboards.
Well, dude, it's a whole fucking trade. What are you talking about?
Of course, it's a big niche.
But what I was going to say is like
It's
you
niche
can
for everything.
you can make sub niches as well, which is like what the Trend Twins have done. It's what like Alex Eubank has done. Alex Eubank did like a holy version of GM. Trend Twins brought back like that aesthetic golden era sort of vibe with the hard plates, and it's like you can create these subdivisions within these niches.
Big
and
one,
stand
Jesse
out in
James
your-
West. He's gym, but he does like Mr. Beast type videos, but it's like gym.
I was going to keep going, but anyway.
Okay, keep
And,
going.
and also, if you want to do something that someone else is already doing, just do it better than them.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Like,
Identify the person that's doing the best,
Yeah.
and with making content in sub niches, like also with a product, that is the exact thing you should do as well. Like no one's gonna buy your clothes if they're exactly like Nike. I found this clothing brand that was doing exactly that. They were targeting such a sub niche. It was like a tiny group of people, which is basically gym people, that sort of dark alternative version, like depressed sort of
'cause
part of the gym.
It's a sub niche.
They were making money, bro. They were getting so many followers because people they identified with that.
Well, like say for instance that that guy found on YouTube that was doing specifically how to make tech packs for clothing brands.
This is fucking
And then
genius.
he sold pretty much just like a template of how to make the tech packs. And since it's so niche down and no one else is selling that sort of product, it just fucking flies off the shelf. It's super successful.
All right, here's a good question. What sub niche do you reckon youth market is in?
So this is like for a little explanation for the viewers, the route we're heading down, because right now it's too broad. So we're restructuring the entire brand pretty much. It's going to be more towards, because what would you say it was beforehand?
It was a bit of a mess. Honestly,
a
the back
mess.
end was a mess because we'd changed niches so quickly. It was a streetwear brand, but then we still had streetwear clothes in stock, but then we're also promoting the whole Ziz part of, but it doesn't make sense. It wasn't solidified enough. It was like the whole aesthetic.
Aesthetic gym.
It's not solidified enough. So now it's more just specifically for people who want to chase their dreams, an ulterior mission that society rejects, pretty much.
That's it.
That's literally
Going in your own lane
pretty
to
much
success.
going in your own lane.
It's a lot more
Self-improvement brand, pretty much.
And it's a lot less niched down. And I'm actually trying to think. I don't think I can think of any other brands that are really making that sort of content, but in a good, like in a cool way, like a way that people actually find cool.
For instance, the new Chase Your Fucking Dreams hoodies, it's like, it cannot be misconstrued. It is on the shirt. It's pretty much
Direct.
It's direct. It's almost like satire in a way. So I thought that was the best way to go about it. Like, it can't be misconstrued or anything. It's just on the
message
fucking
is
hoodie.
clear.
The message is very
And
clear.
the people, it's clear who it's being targeted towards.
And if people don't completely resonate with it, they won't buy it. It says "Chase Your Fucking Dreams" on the hoodies.
yeah, if,
Like, normal people
if
aren't going to
people
buy
don't
that
want to
shit.
chase their dreams, they're obviously not going to buy the hoodie. So it's like,
Anyway, guys, to end the episode off with a bang, I think we'll go through the exact steps required to make a successful YouTube or a TikTok or an Instagram, whatever you want to build.
being a content creator.
Being a content creator. I've always seen being a solidified content creator, you really do have to create a funnel. You have to be on all the platforms these days. You really
these
do.
days, just definitely.
These days especially because...
I just do Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah.
TikTok pisses me off. I just generally can't do it, bro.
Yeah, 100%. So I'd say it starts off with the idea. If the idea is shit, it'll never work. It always starts off with the idea. It's what anyone will tell you. It has to be, you make videos about a specific person to a specific person in a niche, pretty much. Whether it be gym, whether it be BMX, whether it be skate, whether it be anything really. You'll see these types of people all the way across YouTube. Cars,
Yeah.
has to be in a niche.
The further you niche down, the easier it's going to be. Like, that's just simple as that.
Like you can make random videos, like you make skits and then you can move on to like vlogs. No one will give a fuck.
Yeah.
No one will give a fuck. Because who's watching it?
Yeah, I was doing daily vlogs for about 2 years, and I think my average views would have been about 12. Because it's just not, like, no one cares. Like, it's not in a niche. It's not directed to anyone.
It's pretty easy to do that. Like just what is in your life right now, make videos about that.
What are you most interested in?
Yeah.
And then dive into that.
Yeah. Obviously, you want a niche. You want to be delving into a niche, but at the same time, like I mentioned before, you can market your own personality. So if you have the personality for it, and
you have to have something behind.
yeah, right. So if you've already built up your personality, then I think you can delve into other stuff and just make whatever you want. But if you're just starting out, probably delving into a specific niche to build a core audience
start.
is definitely
I
way to
think
go.
it's better to start into a niche and expand rather than starting super broad and then trying to niche down.
The thing of Danny Duncan, he did exactly that.
Yeah. His was just
Bro,
skating
yeah,
recovery.
yeah.
And then just went to skating. And then he went to like fucking around with skateboards and stuff like that. And then it was fucking around with skateboards and scooters. Then it was fucking around with all sorts of vehicles.
And then it was just literally just fucking around.
Just fucking
around.
Fucking around with anything. Fucking around with people, fucking around with cars,
Yeah.
explosives.
Yeah, but his personality is so good and it's so funny and entertaining. Like he just blows shit up and gets millions
That's
of
the only
views.
reason he expanded in the first place, because he was doing the skateboard recovery videos, and then someone told him, like, your personality is really good, like, why don't you try to expand this? And he started adding more of a comedic aspect to the videos, and then they just started expanding from there.
But he is the brand. He is the niche.
And also, when you first start, the people you're generally going to attract are the people who have a similar personality to you, because they can relate.
Yeah,
So they're gonna
100%.
watch you.
Yeah.
It's like, just look who Danny Duncan surrounds himself with and look at all of the Danny Duncan wannabes.
Yeah,
He is a niche.
Yeah.
You know, like the curly hair with the like no fucks given.
Yeah.
Wear whatever, blow shit up.
He really does not give a fuck, that guy.
No, but how many people want to be like him, bro? It's just like how many people...
He's like almost an inspiration.
He has
much.
clones on YouTube, and there's even when you look around, like, his area where he hangs around in Florida and stuff,
People
it's just-
starting to look like him.
yeah, he's surrounded by many Danny Duncans. It's crazy because he is the niche. That type of person is the niche.
So that's what you were talking about. Like if you make... You can be the niche.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's definitely my end goal, is to end it off with just being my own person, being my own niche. Because, you know, like the more options you have to create content, the easier it's going to be in the long run. Let's be real.
sustainable.
Yeah, the more sustainable everything. Like the mental like anguish it takes just to think of a self-improvement idea that hasn't been done before bro, there are countless videos on YouTube talking about no-fab meditation, fucking...
There's videos about literally everything. And
just everything, bro. And the odds of being original in this space is next to nothing. But you know what it is original? Yourself. And if you yourself are original as a person. So all you have to do, just make yourself into a brand. And then, well, you've got endless content, don't you? You can make anything. Go out in public, record talking to Japanese people on the streets of Japan, go travel to Romania and meet Andrew Tate. You can make a fucking Finance of Freddy's video, anything. So
that's why Sam Sulek has gone so big. He's not doing anything new. He's literally just in the gym filming with an iPhone. But his personality is the brand, and that's why he's fucking massive all of a sudden. Because they resonate with it.
You actually can. I reckon you actually can make some videos that have already been created, because if it's like a how-to or educational video, if it's more recent, in my opinion, people are gonna watch it more. Yeah. So like, oh, it's updated. That's what I do at least. Like if there's an old as fuck one where it's like, I don't know,
or if you find
anything, I'll be like, oh, it's outdated. I'll watch a newer one because it might be up to date.
Yeah, and if you find someone else's like old video and it's like the information is pretty good, but the formulation of the video is not too good, all you have to do is just steal his video and then just make it better.
Literally.
Exactly. You know? Yeah, so you can. Yeah.
I say this to a lot of people. If you want to be like one of the biggest YouTubers or the biggest people on Instagram within your niche or even just on the platform, okay, just look at the person who's at number one, and then you just have to be on par or better. You have to do that. I don't care like whether you don't have the skills or whatever. Too bad. You have to. Otherwise, why would anyone watch you? You're not as good. You're just not as good.
Yeah, there's so many videos that I've even like filmed and everything, but I've just scrapped it because I've watched it back and I'd be like, there's no reason.
100 subscriber YouTuber would make this.
Yeah. It's like it's not doing anything better than anyone. What's the point?
And I understand. I'm not completely there yet. Like I understand I'm not the best yet. I don't deserve that many followers because I am not there.
No, yeah.
But that's why I'm constantly working to upgrade, scale, get better quality staff, improve my vocabulary, improve the room, improve everything.
Yeah, because there's levels to this shit. Like
you have to get up there.
You can't expect to be like Mr. Beast level. When you look at Mr. Beast's videos and he's doing like 50 million fucking things in one video, like exploding trains and real life Olympics, like, bro, there's levels to it.
When I see Mr. Beast videos, I'm like, why am I even uploading YouTube videos?
Exactly, man. That's what I'm saying.
Literally, it's just the most demotivating shit when I watch his videos.
But then you have to get to that level, otherwise you won't get to his level.
I wouldn't say like Mr. Beast level because he's just Mr. Beast.
He's absolutely crazy. He's like 130 million.
130 mil.
Yeah.
So like,
but for a reason.
One channel.
Yeah. So get 1% of that, and that's 1.3 mil subscribers. So
insane. I reckon the number one thing you need is mindset, and I know that sounds like really corny, but it's true though, because you guys wouldn't be able to do what you're doing if you didn't have the mindset. Like what you just said, like, oh yeah, you need to scale up, you need to do that, you need to do that. Most people would just be like, oh well, it should be good enough, and like their egos would take hold of them and be like, no, we're good enough, like just with this like setup, and you know, like just. No one would be self-absorbent enough to be like, okay, vocabulary needs improving, the room needs improving. Like, you always need to have a mindset for growth, and that's definitely the most important thing.
Also, I say this fucking every episode, but with content creation especially, like, you've got to want it so bad. It's like, you can't have normal conversations anymore, you know? You can't go to, like... You can, but you're going to be that guy. Like, you're going to go to the family dinners, or you're going to go to the girlfriend's lunch or whatever with the family, and like it's going to feel a little uncomfortable because you don't do the regular thing, you know? You don't care about what they're talking about, and they're confused with what you're doing. Yeah. You know, it's not you're not going to be the regular person anymore. You're going to be that guy who does that thing, and not everyone's completely comfortable around him because of that.
Yeah, it's like Mr. Beast. Have you heard him on podcasts when they're just asking about certain topics, and he's just like, I have no idea.
I just make videos.
Make content.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll ask him about like a movie or something. He'll be like, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of. I feel like sometimes I'm a little bit like, not defensive, but I sort of push away like people a little bit because it's like I know I'm not going to be able to resonate with what you're saying. Yeah, you know, it's just going to be an uncomfortable interaction for both of us. You know,
and it is hard because a lot of quote unquote average people are, you know, closed minded when it comes to what we're doing as well. It's like, oh, so you make YouTube videos? Also, like, how many subscribers do you have? Yeah, do you make money off of that?
I don't have the energy for that shit.
I just can't be bothered anymore, to be honest, bro. Like, the only way they'll ever shut up about it is when you do make it, and they'll be like, oh, 100%. So you're that guy.
That's sick, bro.
So instead of like them saying, oh, so you're that guy, they're like, oh, so you're that guy. Meaning that they actually know who you are.
They think like if you're making YouTube videos and you don't have a lot of subscribers, you're not earning money, they think it's for like kids. Like I feel like they're like
100%.
It's like all the YouTubers you watch are like 25 and up.
And I was also going to say, this is a massive one. Like when you make the videos and stuff, also expect that to be your worth. So you're going to go to these parties or you're going to do these social events and it's going to be like, are you making any sales yet? How's this going? How's that? Is it doing well yet? Like that's going to become your worth. And then like you've almost got to have these like dot points of achievements you've had that year that you got to spit out every time you do it. Like fuck, it gets really exhausting.
Yeah,
like
especially the start.
how are you doing, bro? Yeah, I sold out this drop. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I saw a little short video from Andrew Tate, and he was saying how he was in this sort of barstool event or something like that, and he was talking to like a bunch of these like average guys, and they were all saying like what they were doing and everything, and he almost felt bad for saying how great he was, saying like, oh, I've got the Lambo, you know, I just came in, you know, made millions yesterday, shit like that. You want to reach a level where you feel bad to tell average people what you do. You don't feel ashamed. You actually just like, oh, I'm just mogging these guys too brutally. I don't know if I should say anything. You know what I mean? Reach that
At the
point.
start, it's going to be opposite though, because like for some reason, when you start something up, like you start a business or you start the content creation or something, people like expect you to be successful off the go.
Yeah.
And they'll because their time frames are completely fucked. Like they think it's gonna happen in like a week or something, and then they ask you like a week in, they're like, "Yo, how's it going, bro? You making any sales?" It's like I'm still trying to schedule my first like clothing drop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They like think it's
I think it's instant.
That's what I'm saying. I'm very like alone with. I avoid it like the fucking plague talking about that shit with like normal people. Like when I say normal, I'm not trying to put them under like. I'm not trying to put them on like a superiority complex or anything. I'm just saying normal as I don't do the content creation or whatever. When they talk about, you know, oh, how's this going? Like I try to quickly just fuck the topic off.
Yeah.
You know, because
It's annoying, and also like why this is probably a bit of like a rant, but like why is that so normal? Like when I've noticed this heaps. Like people like they're happy to ask you how's the like thing business doing, how much you making, blah blah, all these intrusive questions. But if you like ask an adult how much like what their wage is, they're like, no, that's a terrible question. You can't ask
100%.
that. The fuck's the good with that?
I do slightly understand it because that's like your thing, but
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
but also it's like I don't really want to tell you how much I'm making right now.
yeah, what the fuck's the go with that? It's a
don't
rude
know.
question, isn't it?
I don't know. Yeah, but that's what it feels like. They're evaluating your worth
Yeah, it
upon
is.
that. Like
yeah, it's like
they're essentially just sussing
their
you
reaction
out.
will be like different. Like you could almost do a test. You'd be like, made 100,000 last year. They'd be like, sick. What the fuck? I'd be like, I made $1,000.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna talk to
They're
Jimmy.
like, see you later, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a bit like that.
But that's those are things you got to do when you do content creation or make that essentially your personality.
Yeah, so we got to have thick skin. That's like a massive.
It's way better also when you surround yourself with people like Raws and Hayden, whatever, that are comfortable with that, and Lockie. It's like if you're comfortable around them doing that shit, it's so OP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, bro, if you're around friends that are flaming you for doing like content, it's fucking.
Yeah, that's what I
terrible.
came from. I had friends who thought it was gay to upload YouTube videos.
Yeah,
and,
see, like you're not gonna make any
you know,
progress.
like,
hanging around
especially, you know, when you're starting out. Like, I remember I started lifting weights and I was gay for lifting weights. It's like, bro, really?
super gay.
Everyone just automatically assumes, oh, so you're gay. That's why you care so much about like the way you look, the way you
I
dress.
think that's just
Oh,
a
so
little
you're
bit
gay.
insecurity.
I think that's more of a piss take.
No, it's not a piss take because
some
I've
people's insecure.
when I saw you guys might know who Syrian Psycho is, and he gets so many comments saying, "Oh, this guy's so gay," or "He cares about the way he looks," or whatever. It's like, nah, bro. He just mogged you to Andromeda, and you're just jealous. That's literally it.
Yeah.
Like, why else would you be commenting he's gay? It's like you have nothing else to say about him, so you just say he's gay. It's like, shut up, bro. If you're getting called gay, you're doing something right,
Well, it makes them.
or you're doing men. Either one.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, it makes them feel like better about not doing that as well. I love doing men, bro. Honestly.
What the?
Anyway, boys, I think we'll wrap it up there.
Roy's getting a bit restless.
The 0.9% podcast. Call that.
I'm not gonna lie, boys. This is a pretty shit episode. This was 2% episode.
This is yeah.
Okay, anyway, boys, I hope you guys enjoyed this autistic episode. If you did, smash the like button, add it to your playlist on Spotify, buy all of our stuff.
Lots of it. Add like 10 of it to your cart.
Yeah.
And then subscribe to all of us on all 3 of your YouTube channels. Make new accounts just
Yeah.
to subscribe to us.
On a serious note, though, you can go down and join the SMS list for free for Youth Market. You get stuff an hour earlier. When we release new stuff, it will sell out. So if you go on there, you get it early. You don't miss out. It's pretty much it's free. So
Also, yeah, you can. Also, you can pick up the Bible of Aesthetics if you want to get shredded and handsome. And yeah, that's about it.
peace out, boys.